I guess different people experience awe in different ways. Last time I remember, I was swimming in freezing Arctic waters amidst orcas and humpbacks. One moment, we were speeding in a dinghy towards the blows and the fins, and the next, our skipper said, "Go!" So I slipped as discreetly as possible into the water and looked through my mask, only to see a 12-meter humpback passing under a couple of meters from me. The mere size, the elegance of movement and power of this creature left me frozen. I'd like to say it was the freezing water and 3 layers of thermals under my dry suit which kept me motionless, but the truth is that at that moment I could not feel the cold. Rather, I was overcome by different, even conflicting emotions. I felt an admiration for this animal. My heart was beating faster, a sign of trepidation of my vulnerability, but at the same time an exhilaration and joy when realizing I was experiencing a unique and rare encounter. And as the days went by, my assumptions about the dangers of coming face to face with a killer whale became inconsequential. And as I became less and less fearful of them just then, I realized that these beautiful and extremely powerful animals were in fact interacting with us. The usually very protective mothers were allowing the babies to swim between themselves and us, and when meeting with us, they would turn the bellies at us. These were both signs of trust. They were showing us that it was okay for us to be there by exposing us to their vulnerable side. What an ingenious, what an empathetic way to communicate, and what a way to turn my assumptions about them upside down. This type of precious experiences produce some strong emotions, and their positive aftermath lingers on for a few more days. I was so overwhelmed by a sense of courage. I was, after all, swimming with the biggest wild animal on the planet. It was as if I was given a license to dream. There was clarity about what was important or insignificant in my life. It was easier to prioritize and make choices. There was optimism, as I felt I was ready to cope with difficulties, and oh, the possibilities out there seemed endless. And then, bit by bit, every day life takes over, and the energy you felt at the time starts to fade until it disappears. And if you're lucky, you are left with some photos or videos to vaguely remind you that it is possible to be in this inspirational state. Does this sound familiar? I am awestruck by wildlife and wilderness, but it is probably different for you. Your trigger could be art or sportsmanship or space or religion. Scientists claim that feelings of awe are unique to humans and that they keep us in touch with with our humanity. They teach us humility and empathy, which are vital social skills, and I would like to think vital to leadership skills, and also give us the incentive to dream, to push our boundaries, and to overcome ourselves. So, how might we to harness this energy and to maintain the inspiration? Here are some of the ways that I found to work for me. Number one, reflect on your experience. Reminiscent, go deeper, search, share with others, blog it out. Try to maintain its effect as long as possible. Number two, wear these emotions as a new pair of glasses, as a filter, and revisit your priorities in life, your values, your assumptions, your vision. Learn from them. Number three, be courageous and reframe some of your assumptions. What seemed impossible or set may no longer be so. Accept to change and dare to dream of a legacy that you want to leave behind. And finally, plan to act. Just do. Clarity comes from action. Action defeats procrastination. Action instills confidence and breeds more action. And of course, ideas are great, but there's no innovation without action. What if we were to find ways to prolong these effects for more? What if every human was able to rely on their own fuel, their self-motivation to turn dreams into action? Imagine our possibilities if we were living under the spell of awestruck individuals.